What's going on, everyone? It's your boy DeAnte, Break the Cycle Section. How you doing? And welcome to tonight's chart and analysis session. All right. Please continue to keep on dropping your pairs that you want to cover. All of the charts that we're going to cover tonight are charts that we covered last week. So we're going to see how our analysis played out, and then we are also going to see what we could possibly find happen in the future. So we are going to cover the dollar index, gold, GU, GJ, EURUSD, AUDUSD, and at the end we'll probably look at some indices. All right, as if US 30, NOS 100, SPS 500. Okay, if you're not inside of our free Telegram channel, okay, make sure you get inside of that. If you don't have the link, just ask for it. I'll have someone drop the link inside the chat, all right? Princess, if you could take care of that, to our free Telegram channel. Go ahead and click on that. Join our free Telegram channel, guys. All the charts from tonight's call is going to be inside that free Telegram channel, so you definitely want to be inside there. I'm also dropping signals in there too, all right? So, you know, you could possibly make a little bit extra money throughout the week, along with some free trading and all kinds of good stuff, all right? So that Telegram channel will be put down in the chat. Make sure you guys take advantage, okay? Once again, we're going to go over the dollar index, gold, GBPUSD, GBPJPY, EURUSD, AUDUSD, and US 30, all right? So last week, man, we saw some crazy moves, especially with the dollar and gold. A lot of money was made last week, and a lot of money was lost, okay? So this was our analysis last week. We're looking for the dollar index. This is DXY, all right, on the 1 hour time frame. We're looking for it to at least pull up to the top of our channel here or test the EMA 200. At that point, you know, I was thinking, all right, you know, it could definitely probably break at that point and go back up. And we were saying that if gold, I mean, if the dollar was going to go up, then gold was going to go down, right? We compared the two back and forth. Last week was a very good example. Actually, let me turn this off real quick so I can save some bandwidth. 1 second. And, all right, cool. So last week was a very good example, guys, of what I mean when I say we don't want to try to anticipate the market, but we want to trade what it gives us, okay? So last week, our initial analysis was that we're expecting DXY to go up and then gold to go down, right? So this is what happened. The dollar index respected the 50, okay? Once it broke our trend line here, it retested the 50 and then dropped again, all right? So when the value of the dollar fell, we all know what happened to gold, right? It went up. So let's just look at the dollar and see, all right, what can we possibly expect for this week? Keeping in mind, this week is NFP week, okay? And a lot of people are going to be looking for big moves, okay? Big moves that probably won't happen to midweek. Just keep that in mind, guys. If you're looking for a huge reversal on the certain pair, it's probably not going to happen until midweek to up until Friday, okay? That's usually how the market moves. Whatever we see happening tonight will usually probably keep on happening with minor pullback. So looking at the dollar index, we really, when we're analyzing the pair, if we can't see nothing to the left, no structure to the left over here, you kind of want to keep on going up on time frame, guys. So like this is on the 4 hour time frame. I still can't see what the net structure is unless I zoom all the way out, and it's still pretty far away, right? But there it is right there. I know we broke that. So go up one time frame until you see a structure to the left. All right, so we have this level here, but we kind of broke that level, right? So we have to keep on going up. Check out the weekly. All right, here we go. So on the weekly, we got some past markings here. I probably just going to drop them. We'll just remove all these for now. Let's just remove everything. Okay. By the way, I'm using EMA 50 closed exponential. I'm in closed and then EMA 200 closed, okay? Both are obviously exponential. So here we are on the dollar index. Now we're at the weekly. So we kind of want to analyze, even though this is a huge time frame, you guys are probably mostly scalpers or intraday, we still got to know what's happening on the bigger time frame, right? So what I like to do straight off the rip is I'm going to just go ahead and drop a fib on here, okay? I'm going to get some kind of bearing of where I'm at in the market. So if I take this, remember guys, when I drop fibs, or when you drop a fib, you want to drop it on the breakout move, okay? So you see how price fell all the way down here, then started to go up just a little bit. I wouldn't drop my fib all the way down here, okay? Because this nowhere in this area did it break out until this candle started, and then this bullish candle actually broke out and started breaking lower the previous lows, right? So that's where I'm gonna drop my fib right here, okay? I'm gonna take a little bit extra time on these first couple of charts, guys, just so you understand how I trade. Then as we get more into this chart, it's gonna move a little bit faster, okay? Just at the beginning, I try to give as much information as I can and on the style that I trade, so you guys understand why I do certain things in the future, all right? So on my fib, let me just explain this just really quick. On my fib, my levels are a little bit different than most folks. Okay, so here's my levels. I got the 0, the 0.38, the point. So I got the 0, the 236, the 0.38, all right, and the 0.62. Now you guys might have 0.6128 or something around here. I just rounded up, okay? 0.62, then the next level, I rounded the 0.705, and then the next level is 0.79, okay? These purple levels, I'm gonna show you on the fib right now. These are my kill zone levels, all right? A lot of people look for reversals or pullbacks and stuff like that at the 50. I prefer to look at the deeper possible pullbacks, okay? Because I've had a lot of trades fail on me at the 50, so I prefer the 62 or the 705, all right? With that being said, we see the dollar index off the weekly, we're hitting our first level kill zone, all right? This is kill zone 1, kill zone 2, kill zone 3. Those are basically areas that we're looking for entry or that we're looking for price to pull back, okay? So right now, we're at a point, our first kill zone level, and it's obviously a pretty strong support level, okay? We could go ahead and actually use this to mark off our support resistance, okay? Instead of trying to guess, all right, yeah, this is hit a couple of times here and a couple of times there. A more simpler way, if you're familiar with fibs, is go ahead and drop your fib, look at where everything lines up, and if price is hesitating at your levels, you know you have a good fib, okay? If your fib levels are acting as support resistance, you know you have a good fib. At that point, all you really have to do, especially for any of you guys that want to do swing trading or anything like that, just go ahead and mark it off every level, okay? And I like to just make sure my colors line up with my fib. So when I'm looking at it, I know where I'm at, okay? Without the fib being here. Go ahead and drop a little all the way down here. It's really simple and just a really nice way for you guys to do this, especially if you're new. All right. So these are pretty strong support resistance levels. Okay, so at this point, here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking for the dollar to pull up. Okay, nothing too deep. Just back up to the 50 at least. The 50 level on our fib. Okay, being that this is like the second time that we hit this level, basically since it broke out over here, I'm gonna see a nice little pullback off of it. Okay, see what happens with that. Daily time frame. As you can see, same thing we saw on the weekly. You know, price obviously broke out of this area, pulled out. We're looking for a pullback, at least back up to where it broke out. Okay. By the time it gets here, By the time it gets here, that 50 EMA should be lined up somewhere around here to act as resistance. It would probably get pushed back down. Okay, that's the daily. Let me look at the 4 hours, see if it gives us a little bit more information. All right, go to the 1 hour. Okay, cool. So the 4 hour, same story, guys. Remember, price always wants to go back to the 50, right? That right there, that's 88 pips. That could be your first target. This could be your first target right around here. Okay, if we see some kind of push back up, all right, you want to see an engulfing candle, especially on the 4 hour. I would rather watch this on the 4 hour, all right, some kind of engulfing candle push back up. And then you can start looking for possible entries. So if this does pull back, then we can expect gold to fall. But I'm going to talk to you about gold here on the next chart. But keep in mind, we are trading what the market gives us, okay? Just because we have a chart markup to go a particular way doesn't mean that the markets will go that way, and doesn't mean that we have to still trade, okay? If it's not looking good to you, don't trade it. Let's talk about gold. Gold made some people happy. Made some people not so happy, okay? So here we are on gold. Last week, we had gold in the channel on the 1 hour, right? All the charts from last week were based off of the 1 hour time frame. So on the call, we said, listen, as long as gold stays in this channel, we're gonna trade it top to bottom, bottom to top, right? Once it breaks out of this channel, whether it broke out to the top or bottom, then we knew which way we were going to be trading, okay? So when we were looking at gold last week, we were looking at the sell. Our targets were only to the 50 EMA and to the EMA 200, okay? Remember I said I don't want to go too far on gold because it's a do it at once. And if you actually zoom out on gold in a higher time frame, you'll see that last week, this was only like the second push. So there was going to be a third push, which happened last week, which obviously I missed it, right? I didn't go up high enough. But let's check it out. Let's see what happened, okay? Let's talk about it. Gold. Listen, ever since I would say around December, we've been saying that gold was going to break 1800. You know, last week I zoomed all the way out and I showed you, I think it was a wick over here off of the monthly or the weekly. I thought it was only going to push up to about 1850, right? And it just smashed 1850. It's at 1900 now. So on gold, we actually have to go up to the monthly. And we see that it's actually pushing through the monthly high, okay? About 1919, 1909. This is a resistance level. Oh, my bad. This is a resistance level. Now, just because this is a resistance level, remember, we're still looking at the monthly, okay? Because I want you guys to see, listen, you have to keep on going left and see what's the next level that we can have for pullback on, right? Now, just because this is a resistance level, does that mean that gold will stop there? No. No, it does not. Gold, actually, at a resistance level, gold, US 30, and last 100 autos, I expect them to break the strong levels, okay? So right now, everyone's looking for this. Everyone's looking for that, all right? Let me see if we can see a little bit. All right, we'll keep it here. Let me remove these charts real quick. Go back up to the monthly. All right, so everyone's looking for this. Why did I keep on doing that? Right here. Everyone's looking for this to pull down, which it could, right? But if everyone is looking for this move, what's most likely going to happen? Most likely, it's going to push up a little bit higher. A little bit higher. and then start to pull it down, right? But if you're going to watch gold and you're going to trade gold, watch the dollar, okay? If the dollar is not following, is not doing the opposite, or if the dollar isn't pushing down, then gold might not keep on pushing up, okay? If the dollar starts pushing up, then you could start probably catching some pullbacks on gold, right? But personally, and I had to learn this lesson again, personally, though, I almost have to learn this lesson every week. That's why I don't even mess with gold like that. Don't go for no pullbacks or no gold. Don't do it. I learned the lesson over and over again. Wait for it to pull back and hit the 50 and see what it does. Okay? You'll make more money waiting for it to come back to your EMAs. Wait for it to come back to the EMAs. If it doesn't break the EMAs, then you know you're still going north. If it does break, then you know you're going to go bearish. But I want you guys to look at this right here. This is the 5-minute for all my scalpers. I just want to prove a point real quick. See all this? Now, one moment, except for here. Okay, here we go. The 50 finally crossed below. Well, I'm going backwards, so let's go like this. See how the 50 finally crossed below 200? And then gold started to sell a little bit? But if the 50 is above the 200, this is on the 5-minute. Okay? 50 is above the 200, not price, the 50. You should only take the buys. Especially when they start to spread apart like that, it's time to go. Right? Look at it, guys. As long as that 50 stays above the 200, you're only looking for buys. Even though it's in such a small time frame, it's probably the most tail of all tails right here. This is what I use in US 30. Okay? So write that down. Keep that in mind. If you ain't showing a sell poem on the 5-minute, then you're not taking no sales on no time frame. Okay? Easy day. So I'm waiting for gold to pull down and just to see what it does. Someone said they were scared of, I'm going to stay away from gold. Yeah, I'm scared. Yeah. That's probably the best thing to do is to stay away from it. Okay? Probably the best thing, but we're going to see what happens. Wait for a pullback. It could most definitely keep on going. Look, on the monthly, you see how small this resistance level was in the monthly? This is what it looks like, real life. All right? You could still push up to 1960. Okay? So take all the buys off the 5-minute and don't change your mind until the 5-minute flips. That's how you'll know if gold would start to really pull back. Okay? Hope that was helpful for some of you. So we could definitely get this. Boom. And then we could get some sort of pullback. And then I'm still thinking another push up. Okay. Now this is without plotting support, resistance, or anything. I showed you guys how I did that before, right? With this, on something like this, if we're using our EMAs with a couple of other tools, I mean the stochastic and CDI. Matter of fact, let's just put that on there, okay? Let's put this TDI right here, TDI Traders Dynamic Index. We'll drop that on there. Okay, this is on the 1 hour. Check it out. This right here, this white line down here. Okay, actually, I'll make it black real quick. That is, what time is it? Okay, that is the 50 static. Okay, we got market sentiment way above the 50 static on the TDI. We're still going wrong, guys. We're still going wrong. As long as this market sentiment is above the 50 static, it's still going wrong. Let's look at the 5-minute. I'm not even looking at the candles right now. Let's look at the CDI. Look, market sentiment is actually angled up above the 50 static. We're staying along, guys. As long as this market sentiment stays above the 50 static, we're staying along. Is anyone lost on that? If you haven't used the CDI before, you're probably a little bit lost. I do have a trading on the CDI. If that, all right, so if that CDI is confusing, guys, just drop the stochastic on this bad boy. All right, drop the stochastic. Check this out. Drop down to the 5 minute. Let me see. We gotta make sure the stochastic's right first. 14.33. All right. So if you just want to use the stochastic, what you want to look for is once the stochastic bottoms out, you want to see where it lines up with the EMAs. This is on anything, guys. All right, on anything. Right now I'm on the 5 minute because I know a lot of you like to scalp. So if you see price falling and you see the stochastic is bottomed out, see if price is lined up at an EMA. Okay, if you're bottomed out at the EMA and you're showing a buy coma, you see how the 50 is above the EMA 200. That's entry, guys. Once you get that first bullish candle, that's entry to go back long. Okay, you'll see even here, bottomed out. It did consolidate a little bit, but what did it do? Start to take off, right? And also here, 2 entries. Look, we bottomed out, lined up, especially with the EMA 200. That's nice. Okay, you can take that entry, boom, it pulled back. That's what. That's just a double bottom, guys. Look, stochastic double bottom. They lined up again. That's entry for a buy. Take it back to the previous high. Take profit is at the previous high. That right there, about 46 pips. So, is there any questions of what we're looking at on gold? Still staying long, waiting for the pullback. Next chart is on GU. GU last week, guys, we were expecting a couple of things. We're expecting either a nice little pullback or a push up to the top of our trend line, then a push down, or we're expecting it just to fall from here, right? And then from there, we really didn't really try to predict much further, okay? We're just looking at turnaround points either at clear zone level 1 or 2, okay? Then we're gonna see if it fell. Let's see how it did. Let's start with the 1 hour. So, GU last week, it didn't pull up to our clear zone levels. It just fell from where we were on Sunday. Basically created a double bottom, then bought up, okay? So the fall, we were expecting the fall, but not so soon. All right, just rejected at the 50 EMA and then bought up. So we're going to see what we could possibly expect this week. We'll look at the 4 hour. All right, so GU on the 4 hour. Right now, we're at a institution bank rate around 1.2800. Okay, see it pushed all the way up here. If you look left, this is the first time it's been back since the last time it rejected around the about the beginning of the 2nd week of June. Okay, so this is the first time it's come up here, 1.272800. So at some point in here, I want to see probably just a pullback. Well, actually, right here. If we get rejection on here, all right, we might get a nice little stop hunt. Remember, GU is known for stop hunting 25, maybe even 30, almost, yeah, about 30 pips, okay? So right here, when price is falling, nice little push, that was 71 pips, guys. And then it rejected back up, okay? So wait until you get an engulfing bearish candle, okay? Wait until you get an engulfing bearish candle to see a pullback. Only about to the 50, right? Wherever the 50 is, that's where we're going back, okay? By the time this starts to push down, the 50s should line up around 2,700, okay? And I would look for a pullback up to that point, see if it rejects, all right? If you don't want to take a trade against the trend on this bigger time frame, just wait for it to pull back, okay? And see if you can get a buy entry to go back up, all right? So overall, this is what I'm looking for on the 4-hour. Very easily, you could drop down to the 1-hour. You could say, no, I'm not going to trade this until GBP breaks to 50 on the 1-hour, right? You could look for an earlier entry if you start to get a POMA on the lower time frames. So if you start to get a sell POMA on the 5-minute, then you could start to look for your sell entries. Does that make sense? If you don't get a sell POMA on the 5-minute, don't start looking for sell entries. Okay? Not saying that you can't make money doing that, guys. I'm just saying that's to help you protect your account, especially when you start building these big accounts, 5K, 10K, 25K, 30K accounts. You know, you want to make sure that your capital is put where it's providing you the most benefit, not being held in drawdown. So let's draw down, wait for the 5-minute sell POMA to sell, okay? If it still stays on the buy, if we break this level, then start taking the buys. Start taking the buys. The next level after we break 1.2800 is going to be 1.2850 and 1.2900, okay? Trade what the market gives you. Our next chart is going to be on GBPJPY. Here's our chart from last week. So GBPJPY, we were looking at two different scenarios, basically, because right where we were last week, we were at a strong resistance level, right? And basically, we're just seeing like consolidation back and forth, waiting to see a breakout. So we're saying, look, if price breaks above the EMA 200 right here, if we see a retest back down to this level, we're going to take the buy up. First take profit would have been in our trend line. Second TP would have been at our resistance level. But if it broke below, if it kept on getting the sell POMA, then we're going to look for a retest and take the sell down. All right? Basically, this was a if this, then that situation, okay? If this happened, then I'm going to make this move. But if this happened, then I'm going to make this move, all right? So let's check out GBPJPY on the 1 hour. What did we get? We got a nice push up, came back down, right? And then finally bought up. So basically, this move right here, I would have probably, here's your entry right here at the 50. I didn't take the trade, but this would have been an entry. The reason why you wouldn't have took the sell is that was the engulfing bearish candle right there. Strong drop. There wasn't it didn't come down and then go back up, right? Nice impulsive move, okay? And then we had to break back up above the 50, nice retest, and then the buy up. If any of you guys caught that, congrats. I would have probably been going back and forth on that. So let's talk about this week. Let's talk about this week. Actually, I want to go back up to the 4 hour, okay? Here we are. All right. So already looking at this chart, first thing I'm thinking is a buy, okay? Because we have a nice buy POMA, first of all. Second of all, check out this nice engulfing 4 hour candle, all right? Check out this nice engulfing 4 hour candle right in the middle of our levels here. So we're at least going to push up to 1.3600. I'm thinking more about 1.3631, 1.36.36. Okay. I'm expecting to see maybe head and shoulders pattern if it does develop. So far though, overall, still looking for buys. If it breaks this high, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so let's zoom out just a little bit more. Let me remove a couple of things. I want to drop a fib on this to see where it lines up. All right, so I'm going from absolute high down to the low. And we can even go ahead and drop a channel on here. Actually, let me just do this. Okay, let's clean it up. Nice fib. Let's drop our levels off the fib. First of all, let's check this fib, right? We got nice rejection zones over here. Nice zones over here. Rejection zones here, 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 and here. So this is a pretty nice fit. We drop our levels real quick. Okay. There we go. All right, from here, go ahead and drop our trend lines. Basically, for your trend lines, we're going to find, oh, I forgot I had this on, my bad. For the trend lines, you're going to find 1 point and a second point, and then drop this line straight through, right? So I'm going from, 1 second, guys. All right. So I'm going from this point, this thing is a lot. Hold on. All right. From this point here to this point up here and driving it straight through, all right? Then we can go ahead and drop the top of our channel. All right, let's zoom out. So price basically bought up to our first kill zone level, right? Then rejected back down. I am thinking, or I wouldn't be surprised if it touched this level again, okay? So if it came up, especially after that engulfing bearish candle, up to here, kind of even with this level over here, would be my first take profit. Okay, from where we're at now, it's about 42 to 50 pips, right? After a strong move like this 4-hour candle, how many pips is that? About 75 pips. I would expect some sort of pullback, just a little bit, maybe like 50%, which is already kind of dead here with this wick, and then that push up. So let's throw these EMAs on here again. You see, broke below the 50 and rejected back above, nice engulfing candle. All right. I wouldn't be against taking a buy right here. To set my take profit half of this wick, this candle here. 79 pips. So about 40 pip, 45 pip right there, you know? And how many pips was this up here again? About 55. So you can actually do a 1-to-1 ratio if you want, or, you know, just set your stop loss below the 50 and let it ride. See what it does. Does that make sense? Does that make sense what I just said? Super simple, right? Let's look at the stochastic too. Let's see what that guy is saying. Actually, I should look at the CDI. But stochastic, look, that's fresh. I wouldn't be surprised though if we got price came back down, like I said, created a double bottom and then bought up. Okay, if you notice, like a lot of times at these areas, when there's about to be a big move, you're gonna get a couple of touches, right? Because you might miss some, but it's all good. All right, it's all good. I definitely don't think it's coming back down here, right? This is all money. Okay, so what happened here? You know, price turned around, started to fall. People started taking sell orders. Finally hit this level, and then what? What did they do? The market makers, they shifted price, right? Nice double bottom. Once we got that first breakout, price did not come back down here, right? So this is, it started to turn around here. Might have one push, nice breakout. Price will come down. This is just looks like a retest when they came back down. Oh, I'm sorry. This fall here, this drop here was basically a retest to this breakout over here. Okay, now we're in these levels over here. Now we're playing in between this right here. Boom, boom. Okay. So overall, GJ looking for a buy for about 50 pips. And then see what happens here. If it creates a double inverted head and shoulders or a triple top or anything like that and it starts to fall, just understand that it's near our kill zone levels. So we might get another push to the second level, which wouldn't surprise me at all. Okay. Next pair is EURUSD. Let's talk about it. All right, EURUSD on the 1 hour. Basically what we did, guys, we bounced out price last week, right? As we said, look, by the time we saw a price over here, we were already at a pretty strong resistance level, right? So we're saying there's no move right now, but we put a box around price, and we said if price broke out of this box, we're gonna look for a retest and we're gonna take the buy up, right? If it broke to the bottom of this box, we're gonna wait for a retest and take the sell down. Okay, our first take profits was just gonna be at the next levels, okay? Based off of our 1 hour chart. So what did it do? Oops, sorry. It finally broke out the box. It didn't retest our box, right? But it retested the next resistance level, which turned into support. Entry, you'll take that buy up to the next level at least. Would have been my first target, 100 pips. Okay? What can we see for EURUSD this week, though? Lots of big moves last week. Lots of big moves. Insane moves, right? Insane moves across the board. Stocks, crypto, and these Forex pairs. So for EURUSD, what we have to do is, like we did earlier, we want to keep on, see what we can find to the left over here, right? Because right now, looking at the chart, there's nothing over here that could stop price from keep on pushing forward, right? Keep on pushing up. That's what we want to look for. When we talk about market structure, guys, this is what we're saying. We're looking for any kind of candle structures over here, right, that will act as resistance and or support, depending on which way you're going. So on the 4 hour, you don't see nothing, we have to keep on going up. Let's go up to the daily. Daily time frame, price is way up here, still don't see nothing over here, right? You gotta keep on going up. It doesn't matter if you're scalping, it doesn't matter if you're intraday or swing trade, we gotta keep on going up, see what's happening. 1 week. Here we go. Now we can see some structure, some market structure over here, Okay? So now we can kind of have an idea of where price could possibly be headed. All right? So, guys, we have to go all the way up to the weekly time frame, right? To see what kind of structure do we have left. Where is price going? What is there that's in the way that could stop price? And right now, it's looking like what? This price level right here, 1.1736. All right? So even though we've pushed all the way up here, we could still push another 84 pips, guys. Naming that. Oops, but right here, that's just that whole level right here, okay? That's that whole level. I want to see how many pips that is. We could still push almost 173 pips, right? And here's the thing. One thing I want you guys to get out of your vocabulary, okay? Especially if you're brand new. And, you know, I say it sometimes too, is it can't go no further. So many people lose so much money because of that one line. It can't go no higher. It's got to turn around. It's been pushing all week. It's got to pull back, right? And doing that, what are we doing? Even myself, I'm guilty of it too, right? It can't go no higher, so let me just put a sell position here. Oh, another 35 pips. It can't go no higher, let me put another sell position here. Oh. You know, am I the only one that's done that before? I know I'm not, because I've seen some of you do it. Right? It can't go no higher. So guys, look, with anything, man, with anything, what you see on the chart, trade what's on the chart, right? So what I mean by that is this is still pushing. It's not giving us no kind of hesitation. It's not telling us, you know, giving us no kind of hope of it turning around. It's just pushing. That's a strong trend. Stay with that trend, right? Yeah, I promise you this: you will make more money by waiting for it to pull back to the EMA and placing your trade in the direction of POMA than you will saying it's got to turn around at some point and dropping positions as these currencies are pushing the opposite way, right? Even if you drop, like if price pulls down and you get a nice engulfing candle and you drop a trade in that direction and it pulls back on you, right? More of those trades are going to win than lose. While everyone over here was taking sells, you would have been taking buys. While everyone here was trying to guess when price is really going to turn around, you would have been making money. Does that make sense? Look, yeah, that's a strong candle. So when price pulls back down to the EMAs, right? This is a great example. Price pulls back down to the EMAs. You get a nice bullish candle. That's an entry, right? That's an entry. That's 90 pips. That's 145 pips. Okay? So practice, stop saying it can't go no higher or it's got to turn around here and start saying it's back at my EMAs. Let me trade with POMA. We're back at my EMAs. Let me trade with POMA. Start saying it's got to come back to my EMA so I can enter. It's got to come back to my EMA so I can enter. You'll lose a lot less money just trading at your EMAs. Does that make sense, guys? So right now, what am I waiting for in EURUSD? What am I waiting for in EURUSD? I'm waiting for the pullback. I don't want to try to catch the pullback. That's not what I'm here for. Right? I'm waiting for it to pull back and try to catch this move right here. Okay. All right, cool. So this is based off the 4-hour, guys. So once again, let me just show you one last time. If I'm looking at this based off the 4-hour and you're a scalper, all you have to do, drop down to lower time frames, put your 50 EMA and your EMA 200 on there, right? Drop down to lower time frames. And just look at the lower time frames. Look at the 5 minute. Let's look at the 5 minute. Here, finally got the buy moment. Just take the buys. If your 5 minute isn't flipped, what do we say? We're not taking it, right? Nice little drop here, but guess what? Remember, we traded on our EMAs, right? So this drop, probably would have, some of you would have caught the sell, because I know some of you are a little bit more riskier, right? But you probably would have missed the sell, and you would have missed this big old buy too. But you would have caught this pullback. That would have been more. That's about what, 51 pips? That's more pips for you. Let's talk about it. Okay? It's a patience game, guys. 5 minutes. 5 minute time frame. Patience game. Okay? Does that make sense? Everyone good? Any questions about that? We're trying to keep it simple, guys, all right? That's all we're trying to do. All that extra stuff, they can have it, right? Keep it simple. Simple pays the bills. Let's talk about it. All right. Coach Cole, does simple pay the bills? Let's keep it simple pay the bills, Coach Cole.
Oh, yes, definitely.
If y'all know Coach Cole, that's 10 pips and dip admin right there. All right? We all know about 10 pips and dip. You need to be in our inbox, okay? That's just the added bonus for the Break the Cycle FS Academy. So, next chart. Wait, put the resistance right there. This is okay. Jerome, hey, hit me up on Facebook, bro. Send me a message. Okay. I'll just put this in here real quick. That's the real. Send me a friend request if we're not friends already, and then send me a message right afterwards, so then I know to approve it. Okay. All right. Cool. That's EURUSD. What's the next chart? AUDUSD. So AUDUSD, we checked it out on the 1 hour time frame. What we saw was price was at the top of our channel. Here's price here. You know, it's kind of close to the top of our channel. It created kind of like a double top. Okay. So we're expecting it to probably find resistance here and then fall. Okay, at least to one of our kill zone levels. Or yeah. So fall to our kill zone levels and then turn around and go for the buy. So we're just looking for like a nice little pullback and then a continuation up. Same thing, we were saying that, you know, maybe if it broke this level here at the bottom of our channel, then we'll look for it to move at least to the EMA 200 on the 60 minute, on the 1 hour time frame, I'm sorry. And then we're gonna look for a push back up. So let's check out AUDUSD. Let's see what it did. What did you do, Aud? Did you pay us? Let's talk about it. 1 hour. AUDUSD paid out perfectly. Right? Nice little double top. Straight down to the EMA 200. Could have caught that entry. And look at the pips. Right? First day profit, of course, would have been here. Back to the top of the channel, it's about 41 pips. And then it went about 200 pips. So, with that being said, if you're using a trailing stop, you could have caught a whole lot more pips. Okay? If you don't know how to use a trailing stop, you could YouTube it. You kind of have to have MC4, all right? So you could set it on MC4, set your trades to MC4, set your trailing stop, and you can let it go. Or you could manually, let's say, probably not on the 4 hour, I mean on the 1 hour, let's say like on the 15 minute, if we entered here, for example, let me show you guys how to try these stops real quick, all right? Especially if you're taking signals, you want to try these stops after 30 pips. 15-minute time frame. Let's see if we can find that square. All right. Let's say if you enter it just at the top here, and the stop loss is down here, we're just gonna make that just make it bright blue just for now. As price moves up above this 50, so you got the break, boom, came down to retest it right here. Sorry, let me make this a little bit bigger, guys. So you got the break, price came back down, retested this 50 EMA. Once it pushes up again, especially with a nice strong push, just go ahead and move that trailing stop right here. Keep it below the 50 EMA on the 15 minute. That's how I trail my stops. So as price goes up, you know, especially a nice push like this, I try to keep it under the 50 EMA where price is at. Okay? Then once it did break it, boom, we got taken out there. Okay? So instead of going for that little, 10, 15 pips, you could trail your stop loss and call it extra. Oh, that's entry. Oh no. That would have been trailing stop from here. Call that extra, 113 pips. All right. If you're unfamiliar with that trailing stop, just practice with it a bit. All right. See how I do. So let's check out AU now. So a simple way, another simpler way to drop support resistance is every 100 pips. And this works on, just about every pair. If we look over at price, you'll see that we're set apart every 100 pips. If I measure it from 1.72, if you guys aren't familiar, it's 1.71, you see that's about 100 pips, right? So I'm gonna turn on my settings. I'm gonna go to vertical grade lines. I'm just gonna turn that on real quick. I'm gonna put it on white. No, I'm gonna put it on black. All right. And then I need to, I keep on doing that. Wrong one. All right. You see now we have lines every 100 pips here, right? So when you move this, guys, those intervals are gonna change, right? So you need to make sure they all line up. You need to make sure there's that 100 pips when you first do this. And then I like to go, 2 or 3 levels above price. Price is here. Oh, my bad. 2, 3. Here's the price. All right, go ahead and box it in. And then we'll probably go 2 levels below, 2 to 3. It doesn't matter. Right on that 100 line, or at least pretty close to it. Okay. And then you hit the properties, the settings, go back to horizontal, and just turn down, make it transparent. Right? Now you got support resistance every 100 pips. Okay? Easy day, right? So, right now, let me go to the 4-hour, my bad. We see, once again, guys, look, this is the high on the 4-hour, but we can't see any structure to the left. We need to know, it's in the structure here at this next resistance level, because if it is, then that makes it even stronger, okay? If it's not, then that's going to be a weak level. So we have to keep on going up. Let's check out the daily. Still nothing, right? Well, here we go. We can see it on the daily, pretty good. Just scroll over a little bit. We have to go all the way over here, all the way back to 2019, and that was the last time we were up here at this level, right? Actually, we were here last week, of course, but no, that was the last time we were at this level. So I'm looking for overall. Let me see something on the Fed real quick, because this is making higher highs, so it could keep on pushing that. Basically, look for something like this. Oh, this is the daily, I'm sorry. Down to the EMA 200. By the time price gets here, it actually probably be like right around here. Okay, right around there, if it breaks. So we want to wait to see if it breaks to 50. If it breaks the 50, taking it down to the 200, right? If it doesn't break the 50, like I was looking now, we're in the bipolar, right? So actually, I'm sorry. Let me set this wrong. Set that wrong. My bad. We're down at the 50. Once it starts to push up, we look for it, go back up to the high. Until it proves wrong, you could basically be traded between 7,100 and 7,200, okay? Probably be traded between this area this week, all right? Once we get up here, want to see if it starts to pull down, okay? If it pushes down. But remember the rule. You're not going to look for that sell until what? Drop down to the lower time frames. Look at what we have here. Let's go down to 5. Well, we'll stay on the 15 minute. We'll go down to 5 minute here soon. All right. So here, 15 minute. Testing this EMA 200, right? And what makes it significant is that we're at a bank rate also, okay? So just be aware that this could possibly push back up. I want to see if I can drop a fib somewhere to see where exactly we're at or what we could expect it to, right here. All right. There we go. So we dropped the fib on here, the small fib on the 4-hour time frame, okay? And we see that price pulled down to the 50, which actually lined up with a 0.62, all right? So we could more than likely see a push back up to this high. At that point, if it breaks this high, that's 115 pips. If it breaks this high, which I don't know, we just have to see. I don't think it will break that high because it's such a strong level. But if it does, then your next range is 0.7300, right? Just back up to the next level here. 0.73 up here, okay? But trade what the market gives us, and we'll see what this 15 minutes is going to do. We'll see what this 15 minutes is going to do. Let me see. I'm trying to give you guys a bearing 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm shifting this screen all around. Here. We'll delete the fib. You could drop your trend lines as usual and just say, hey, if price doesn't break my trend line, I'm just looking for buys. Or like I do, if price doesn't break my 50, I'm looking for buys. Or if it rejects off my 200, I'm looking for buys, all right? This is a nice way. This is why I like using these EMAs. This is a nice way where I can just break up my chart real quick. I can look at it and say, oh, 50 is above the 200, I'm looking for buys. It's the uptrend. Too easy. Don't need to drop a trend line. You know what I mean? These are my trend lines. My 50 and my 200. All right. And once again, that 4-hour, nice, strong, bullish move is not showing us a sell, so we're taking the buys. All right. So let's check out GBPNZD real quick, and then we are done, guys. We are done. GBPNZD. Where you at? Here we go. All right, so let's remove everything from this bad boy. GBPNZD. I want to see where was the previous levels down here. All right. So we have to go all the way back. We have to back out to the daily time frame on this one. And what I want to do is I want to drop a fib. Right here. And I'm only going to take it up to this point. I'm not, this wick right here, that's through all the Brexit stuff and all that. So I'm not really respecting that wick, all right? That was hard news. So I'm going right here where we have the most touches at, all right? And we'll see on GN based off the daily time frame, we're hitting our kill zone level, second one, right? 0.705. So if we look over here, this was the last time we were over here was back in August of 2019. Now, that does not mean that this can't push down further, okay? What it does mean is that we can look for a price. If it breaks this level, hit our 50, you may be able to catch a push back down, okay? But this is going to be a strong area of a possible full reversal. So I would be careful. I'll be careful on this one. If you're watching on the 4-hour, just wait for your 50 to cross over your 200. Let's make it. All right, Jerome, you have a great night. Let's just make it simple. Let's make it stress-free. Wait till the 50 to cross over your 200, right? If it don't, then you're looking for the sells because we're in the sell Palma. Let's go down to the 1 hour. 1 hour, we got a nice little flip here, right? Off of the double bottom. Okay. So we could pull back here. How many pips would this be? Back up. It's about 117 pips. There's nothing to sneeze at, right? So if you could catch the 1 hour, pull back on this like a retest here, at least to the 50. Look for rejection and take the buy up. Back up to the top, right? 1.9316. Yeah. Makes sense? Because after a move like this, nice double bottom, nice double bottoms here, that's the shift move, right? This could be the shift. It come down, nice little fake out, you know, maybe people think it's going to go short again, push down to the next level, pull up, create a nice double bottom. Then what? Whether they shift the market away from everyone, this money right here, this money is stuck. That's millions of dollars right there. They're not coming back here, right? This is millions of dollars in here, okay? So I am more interested in the buyback up, especially seeing that we're at in this kill zone levels here. Okay, so I'm gonna give you both of these charts, okay? I'm gonna give you the daily and the 4 hour just so you can see the overall what we're looking at, okay? So this is GN on the daily. Let's talk about it. I think it's looking nice. I love NZD pairs also, like, because they move so fast. NZD pairs move fast, man. Or they give you a lot of pips. Let's put it like that in the move. And GBP and NZD together? Ooh, let's talk about it. Daily time frame right here. And then let's drop down. I'm gonna drop down to the 4 hours so you guys can see that, what we're looking at. Okay. Nice little waiting for it to pull back, take it at the 50. First take profit is at the previous high. Right here. From there, trade a stop loss and let it roll. Okay. I don't know why those lines aren't here, but it's all good. Actually, I'm gonna throw a fib on this one. Now that it's starting to turn around, guys, you can drop your fib on it and wait for it to pull down to your kill zone levels and take the buy back up. Right? If it breaks this 50, just wait for it to come down here. Here's the next level right here, the 62. Okay. I'm gonna drop this one with the fib. You can see the overall motion though, right? GBPNZD. Wow, right? All right, guys. That is overall all the moves I'm looking at this week. Is there any questions about any of the charts? I probably won't cover indices tonight. Okay. Keep an eye on Telegram though, and I'll probably drop a chart in there. I won't do it tonight, guys. All right. Let me go through the chart here. Hope all of you, let's see. I want to see that M and then go for a buy. Yeah. Yep. Everyone good. All right, cool. All right, so hey, if there's no more questions, guys, I'm going to end it. All right. I hope you guys, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this session. You can catch all the charts. It's going to be transferred over to Telegram here shortly. Our free Telegram channel, as a matter of fact. The link was dropped earlier, I think. I'm pretty sure. No. All right, I'll send out an email just in case you guys want. All right, there goes the link right there for the free Telegram channel. Appreciate that. If there's no more questions, I'm going to hang out for a couple minutes for anyone that has questions. Other than that, I'm good to go. As always, it's your boy DeAnte. Break the cycle section, and I'll see you on the next session. Don't forget to check the replay on YouTube, youtube.com/Break the Cycle FX. Make sure you like and subscribe. That's about it. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you in the chats.